I know. I'm coming, sweet angel. I promise. I will be right there, sweet girl. My little angel Kasha girl crying for me. She crying. Little angel Kasha girl crying for me. Alright, I got this way too close to this. Well, I'm coming, sweet lady. My sweet angel girl. Oh. I want to just hang out for a minute, Kasha girl. Hold on. Before I play this video, we can just hang out with my dogs for a minute. Whoops, wrong one. Just hang out with my dogs for a minute. Because they're all in here hanging out. Hold on, Kasha girl. Don't you cry. No, don't cry. Don't cry, baby. Mommy's right here. Don't you cry. Oh, man. My babies. Biscuit, come over here so I can see you. Come over here so I can see you, little guy. Little guy. The cute little fluffy guy. I gotta move this shit. It's in the way. You guys want a dog treat? Huh? I'll get you a dog treat, Kay. I will get you a dog treat. Because you're being so good. You're being the best babies ever. You're being the best babies ever. Hold on, we're playing the sitcom of our lives, the Truman Show game. Because that is literally the world we fucking live in. I want to play this video. Oh, there's a fly in here.
Let me tell you, if you haven't got yourself a tinfoil hat by now, I don't know what to tell you. Trust me, we've got so much to go through in this video. And this new virus that's on that cruise ship, apparently people have been predicting it for years.
I don't know if you guys believe in people being capable of reading the future or not, but this post on X is making a lot of people speculate that that's a possibility. There's an account on X called Soothsayer that says, quote, reads the future, that made a post on July 11th of 2022 that says, quote, 2023, Corona ended. 2026, hantavirus. Now, this is a very cryptic post from a random, nobody knows who this account belongs to, at least I don't. And the news broke recently, like between the 2nd through the 4th of 2026, that the World Health Organization reported hantavirus clusters breaking out on the MV Hondius, which is the Dutch expedition cruise ship that was sailing near Argentina to the Antarctic for a tour that resulted in 3 passengers dying and multiple people contracting.
Just another psyop. Or something. A virus they created.
This illness. The reason why everybody is freaking out about this is because of the fact that the tweet's 2026 hantavirus line hit the exact moment that this story broke 4 years later, right after its 2023 Corona ended part. There are a lot of people that are like, is this a CIA time traveler? Or like, who is that? Now, that being said, maybe this is just coincidence, but it is very weird when like old tweets pop up that look like they're prophesizing about the future, especially when this guy hadn't posted since 2022.
So do we buy toilet paper now or later? Because in COVID, I had to do the John Wayne down to the local shop because we ran out of bog roll. Yeah, traumatizing. Anyway. But mate, if you're a time traveler, go and get the winning lottery numbers and do something, you know? We're going to dive into it. But before I do, look at this. If you haven't noticed already, what does it say there? Ben Colson, baby. All the merch arrived today. I am so excited. So look at the tea mugs. I'm going to show it all at the very end. So if you're interested in seeing the merch, watch until the end, because I want to get your thoughts on it before
But I don't know.
When I spoke to him, I said, okay.
Fucking Bill Gates. He's so evil, dude. So evil.
The next one could be far more severe. I mean, this one, it killed millions. It was awful. We got the vaccine. You know, actually, President Trump's leadership was factor in getting that out quickly. And so when I spoke to him, I said, okay, here's some other medical innovations, including a thing called an HIV cure that could be accelerated. So, we should be more prepared, both for a pandemic. I'd say that's still number one. You can worry about nuclear war. You can worry about AI. There's plenty to worry about. But overall, I'm an optimist.
Okay.
No, I mean, it's up to the government to think ahead on behalf of the citizens.
Yes.
So, a pandemic, there's a lot that hopefully we'll get our act together before the.
Man, he was rubbing his hands together like he couldn't wait, could he? But I think I've got this figured out. The same people that say the world's overpopulated, they need to bring that number down, are the same people that are saying they want to save your life.
Yep.
I don't know. Someone explain that to me.
The same ones that are saying, here, take this jab. Same exact ones. It's fucking crazy.
Me.
I don't know. What is it?
Blimey, if that girl did that 500 years ago, she would have been taken to the gallows. If I was her mate, I would have some serious questions for her. We'd be getting the next train to church, mate, after that.
Okay, people are freaking out right now, and rightly so, because the NFL tweeted this in September, a photo, a bunch of teams, a bunch of players, in front of the trophy they're going to win. 32 teams with February dreams were so back, right? And when you look at it, it just looks kind of like a cool graphic, nothing really hiding in plain sight here, right? And the NFL definitely isn't scripted, right? Well, if you zoom in very closely, this is something you would not notice if you just quickly scroll past this. People at the very front of this group of players is Sam Darnold of the Seattle Seahawks and Drake May of the New England Patriots, who just so happen to be the two teams that just played in the Super Bowl. But you may be thinking, maybe when the NFL made this picture, they're going, based on the odds, based on the past records, like these are probably going to be the two teams going against each other. You'd think that, right? Except the New England Patriots in 2023 only won 4 games. So the odds of them facing off would be not very high. And that's not all, because it gets so much crazier. Right now, people are waking up to the fact that sports may be bred in circuses, right? Keep them fed, keep them entertained, and they won't revolt. Well, what's come to light in the most recent months is that the NFL is...
The Met Gala isn't even trying to hide it anymore. People can't stop talking about the insane outfit choices from the biggest celebrities in the world. Beyonce showed up dressed as a skeleton queen, Katy Perry wore a creepy mirrored mask, and Bad Bunny arrived as an 80-year-old man. But why? The Met stated the theme was simply fashion is art, but everyone knows they chose these specific gothic outfits for a deeper hidden purpose. What I found confirms these outfits trace back to a much darker inspiration. By the end of this video, you will never look at the Met Gala the same way again. Everyone knows the Met Gala is a peculiar event that only the elite understand. This year's outfit choices reflect that clearly. Celebrities are leaning into some weird trends, and these outfits serve a singular purpose: to separate the elite from everyday society. No matter what anyone tells you, dressing up as a skeleton is not fashion. These outfits hold deep esoteric meaning that most people would never truly grasp. By the end of this video, you will know exactly why they dress like this and what it truly all means. Let's start with Queen Bee. Beyonce is one of the biggest celebrities in the world. When she showed up to the Met for the first time in years, the entire conversation immediately focused on the strange outfit she chose for the event. Beyonce arrived in a sheer dress with a diamond-encrusted skeleton motif and a matching crystal-embellished headpiece. She was accompanied by Blue Ivy and Jay-Z. According to the Met, Beyonce's look drew inspiration from The Visitor, a 1944 painting by artist Caroline Direx depicting a skeleton standing at a door. To understand the hidden meaning behind this design, we must examine the deeper esoteric language behind the art that inspired it. Caroline operated during a time when artists actively studied Hermetic occult philosophy to unlock hidden realities. Her artwork consistently explored the veil separating the physical realm from the spiritual plane. The Visitor specifically depicts a skeleton standing at a doorway. In many hidden belief systems, a doorway acts as a literal portal to the spiritual world. The door itself in the painting represents the gateway to the other side. A skeleton figure waiting at the door indicates the final transition between the living world and the afterlife. This imagery is deeply rooted in the ancient practice of memento mori. Followers of ancient mysticism actively reflect on the inevitability of death as a core part of their belief system. They use skulls and skeletal representations as focal points for esoteric ceremonies. It connects to the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Focusing on human bones reminds the practitioner that the material world is temporary while the spiritual realm is permanent. By wearing this crystal skeleton, Beyonce was actively channeling these exact esoteric traditions. She positioned herself as the skeleton queen who operates between both realms. Her outfit was a deliberate visual representation of crossing the spiritual veil. It also represents the act of spiritual channeling, where an artist opens themselves up to the other side to draw inspiration from the spiritual forces. This is a concept Beyonce frequently depicts in her performances. She was signaling an awareness of this hidden symbolism and invoking the arcane practices of ancestral communication. The materials used in the dress add another profound layer of meaning. The crystals covering the bones symbolize the secret science of spiritual alchemy. Alchemy focuses on transforming the decaying physical body into an enlightened and eternal state. Beyonce used this gown to visually represent herself as a transcendent being capable of operating within both realms of reality. Even Jay-Z and Blue Ivy's outfits connected to this. Jay-Z wore a black suit and Blue Ivy wore a white dress. This is a direct representation of spiritual duality. In these esoteric traditions, practitioners believe that combining internal opposites produces a divine being. The black and white checkerboard pattern is meant to represent this concept. Black indicates masculinity and white femininity. Beyonce is embodying the merger of these opposites, explaining her silver attire. When you mix black and white, you get gray. Silver is just a metallic elevation of gray. Their coordinated outfit choices depicted Beyonce as a deity who has transcended life and death and operates in a higher realm. But Katy Perry's outfit took these esoteric teachings to a whole new level. She arrived wearing a flowing white custom gown paired with a creepy, ominous mirrored mask. The Met explained her look was a performance art piece about identity and perception. To understand the true inspiration, we must examine the deeper esoteric meaning of this ancient symbol. The most revealing moment happened during her walk up the museum steps. She pulled a specific tarot card from her dress and showed it to the cameras. The card she revealed was the Magician. The Magician is one of the most powerful symbols in esoteric traditions.
She did that. Wow.
It represents the manipulation of reality and the hermetic belief of as above, so below. This card connects directly to the esoteric process of man becoming God. In these ancient traditions, this symbol represents mastering duality. Esoteric practitioners interpret the phrase as above, so below to mean as in heaven, so on earth. They believe
if people didn't give these celebrities the kind of attention that they give them, there wouldn't even be cameras there to fucking videotape every little thing they fucking do. And like, really, like the fact that we lift these people up on a fucking pedestal so highly and praise them and worship them like they're gods and goddesses, it's so disturbing. Like Hollywood is a satanic cult. I truly believe that the whole state of California is in this big fucking ritualistic satanic cult. And oh man, it's fucking disturbing. It's very disturbing.
Concept allows them
I didn't
to
know she pulled that card out because that just like makes me think of the breakdown of the Illuminati card game that Dee Dee Got a Podcast has been doing, which she's been doing a great job with, as a matter of fact.
Manifest their paradise on earth using the power of their will. In these teachings, reality is created from within. It indicates they see themselves as their own savior. By holding this card up for the world to see, she was signaling a deep awareness
is created from within, but it takes a whole collective consciousness of ethereal beings to create specific realities. Like we're all working together to make as one. Like we all work together to create other realities for ourselves and other people. Like, but when you think of yourself as a god yourself, that's crazy. It's crazy.
These hidden belief systems. She was
like calling someone a queen or a king to me is disturbing beyond belief, because like we're not supposed to worship human beings like they're kings and queens and gods and goddesses, and yet we do. Certain ones of us do. It's fucking, I don't know. I don't like it.
Visually declaring that she shapes the material world using hidden knowledge. We must also look at the six-fingered white glove she had on. The media called this a playful nod to artificial intelligence struggling to generate human hands. The truth gets much deeper. Within ancient esoteric texts, a sixth finger operates as a direct reference to the Nephilim and altered human bloodlines.
Oh, wow.
This traces back to how the Bible describes the Nephilim bloodline, depicting descendants of giants who had 6 fingers on each hand and 6 toes on each foot. In esoteric traditions, the Nephilim are considered hybrids. The extra digit is often viewed as a physical anomaly or a mark of their mixed, non-human DNA. Presenting this physical trait was meant to signify an elevated status far above the average person. The most important piece of the entire outfit remains the mirrored mask. The designer stated that the mask invites observers to consider how their perception mirrors their internal world. This ties directly back to the Magician Tarot card. Practitioners of this esoteric system believe that reality is a reflection of the self, and that you can create your reality when you master duality. Mirrors function as a literal looking glass used to communicate with the other side. Practitioners use them as a tool for scrying, a method used to peer through the veil into the spiritual realm. This connects directly back to the theme we just established with Beyonce. Both women utilize their red carpet looks to represent a literal threshold between the living world and the unknown. They are showing us the process of how they created their reality using these esoteric concepts. Katy Perry and Beyonce's outfits depict the exact same hermetic principle of mastering the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Bad Bunny's outfit follows this exact same pattern. Bad Bunny showed up to the Met this year 50 years in the future. He underwent a massive transformation, arriving on the red carpet entirely unrecognizable as an 85-year-old version of himself. He wore a custom black suit and utilized hyper-realistic facial prosthetics, silver hair, and a walking cane to complete the look. The official narrative from the Met states that this look was a direct response to a section of their exhibit focused on the aging body. The institution claimed the fashion industry traditionally ignores the aged body out of fear of facing mortality. To find the true hidden meaning behind this transformation, we must connect it back to the exact esoteric themes established by Beyonce and Katy Perry. Intentionally aging the physical body is a profound symbolic act within ancient mysticism. Bad Bunny was visually depicting the final stage of the human vessel right before death. In these hidden belief systems, presenting yourself at the end of your life cycle is a reflection of the eventual demise of the physical form. It is the final step before crossing the threshold into the spiritual realm that we saw represented by the skeleton outfit and the mirrored mask. This specific imagery is a recurring theme among the elite. We saw this exact same esoteric concept utilized by The Weeknd during his Gasoline music video. He also used heavy prosthetics to appear as an elderly man just like Bad Bunny. Both artists are actively demonstrating the same hermetic principle. They are visually breaking down their physical bodies to represent the death of their old selves, preparing to enter a new spiritual state and be reborn. It again connects to mastering duality. Life and death are also grounded in duality. Life is the opposite of death. White represents life, and black represents death. The way they see it, by reflecting on death and fully accepting it as part of the eternal life cycle, they believe they can control it. This is why some esoteric groups are known to have skulls in their chambers that they use for reflection. By combining the imagery of Bad Bunny representing the final physical stage, Katy Perry demonstrating the manipulation of reality, and Beyonce crossing the threshold into the afterlife, the overarching message of the night becomes undeniably clear. These celebrities were perfectly synchronized, utilizing their platform to broadcast their mastery over the esoteric cycle of life, death, and rebirth. This is what the true hidden theme of the show was. This theme extended far beyond Beyonce, Katy Perry, and Bad Bunny. The entire event operated as a highly coordinated display, with numerous other celebrities falling perfectly into the same hidden message. A quick look at the rest of the guest list reveals a clear pattern of esoteric symbolism. Cardi B arrived in a massive black gown, looking like a melting gumdrop. The design was intended to resemble an abstract human form. In Hermetic text, this heavily distorted silhouette represents the breakdown of the natural human shape. It mirrors the chaotic, formless entities found beyond the spiritual veil. She was visually depicting the loss of human identity required to enter those hidden circles. Then we have theater producer Jordan Roth. He brought an equally disturbing concept to life with his outfit. He arrived wearing a gray velvet gown with a large sculpted shadow figure physically emerging from his back. This design perfectly illustrates the esoteric concept of the shadow self. In these hidden traditions, a shadow figure physically attaching to a person represents an alter ego or a summoned entity. It is a literal depiction of a practitioner carrying a spiritual guide from the other side, connecting right back to Beyonce's outfit. Naomi Osaka provided one of the most eerie looks of the entire evening. She stepped onto the carpet in a dark sculpted gown covered in strange red spots, complete with sharp red fingernails. Her hands were intentionally painted to appear submerged in red liquid. The hidden symbolism here is undeniable. Every single one of these outfits was a carefully selected piece of a larger puzzle. Together, they transformed a simple fashion event into a public display of hidden knowledge. When you look at the entire event as a single orchestrated display, the message they're broadcasting becomes impossible to ignore. We saw Beyonce standing at the threshold of the afterlife as a skeleton queen. We witnessed Katy Perry manipulating reality and looking through the spiritual veil. And Bad Bunny showed us the final decay of the human vessel. All of these outfits connect to form one ancient hermetic concept. The true theme of the Met Gala was the esoteric mastering of duality. In these hidden belief systems, ultimate power comes from controlling both sides of the spectrum, life and death, the physical body and the spiritual realm, and light and dark. By wearing these specific symbols, the elite are publicly declaring their mastery over both domains. They are showing you exactly how they shape the world from behind the curtain. And it's not just the Met Gala. Hollywood hasn't been hiding this either. I just covered the new movie They Will Kill You, and that movie confirms everything. So if you want to see why Hollywood stopped trying to hide it, watch this video right now.
Let's go watch it. I'm going to go watch that right now. Fucking A, this fucking thing. Move out of my way. You okay? You want to go out, baby? Hold on. I want to see this fucking about that movie. It's just crazy. That fucking shit that is happening right in front of our fucking faces, man. Constantly. Hold on, my doggies. What you doing? I want to watch this.
Hollywood isn't even trying to hide it anymore. In just 1 month, they released 2 movies with the exact same plot, same theme, same everything. Both feature dark cults, strange ceremonies, and wealthy members making ritual sacrifices for ultimate power. The question is, why are studios pushing this exact dark theme right now? You see the pattern in Ready or Not too, but They Will Kill You makes it impossible.
This is scary shit that is just so fucking everywhere. It's in our fucking faces constantly. It's terrifying. That this literally is like, it's hard to sleep at night. I'm not gonna lie, like it's fucking hard to sleep at night knowing that this is the kind of shit that's happening.
To ignore. Today, we're diving deep into They Will Kill You to unveil what this film reveals about the real world system and why Hollywood has given up on hiding their true intentions. In They Will Kill You, a woman named Asia shows up at a luxury New York City high-rise looking for her sister. She is told that wealthy elites live in that building and many girls who work there have gone missing over the years. What she doesn't know is that the residents belong to a secret cult that serves a dark lord. The building is actually an evil temple. Those who live there pledge their souls to the entity, and in return, he grants them ultimate wealth and immortality. To become members, initiates must perform a sacrifice in honor of their dark god. Once completed, they sign their names on a pig head possessed by the deity. Don't forget this detail. This is a very important symbol that we will come back to in a bit. While Asia searches for her sister, the cult members pursue her for the offering. The majority of the runtime is taken up by this constant cat and mouse game. The cult members chase Asia while she repeatedly takes them out. But since they cannot die, they just keep coming back to life. It goes on like this until the very end, when she is finally captured and taken to the temple room for the sacrifice. Now compare this to Ready or Not 2, which came out in the same month, just 1 week apart, and the similarities are undeniable. The movie follows a woman named Grace who is captured by elite cult members trying to sacrifice her to their dark lord. In that film, the cult members are a part of the 6 ruling elite families and make sacrifices every time a new member marries into their family. In the first movie, one of the elite families failed to sacrifice Grace when she married in. Now the rest of the families must complete the sacrifice or they will lose their power. Just like in They Will Kill You, the elite chase Grace around while trying to capture her and use her as an offering. I made a full breakdown on Ready or Not 2, so if you want a deeper dive, you can watch that one after this video. As you can see, these movies mirror each other perfectly. In fact, in Ready or Not 2, they introduce a sister character who needs to be saved. They use Grace's sister as leverage to force her to participate in the ritual. I do not think it's a coincidence that these 2 movies, sharing the exact same plot, were released in the same month. You might think this is just another twin movie situation, as we saw with Ant and A Bug's Life. That is simply not the case here. Both of these movies tells us about our current system and the new system that is coming. Think about it. The movie explains the old system of power. A small group of elites rules the world with supernatural power gifted by the evil god they serve. To keep their power, they must make ritual sacrifices to the entity. By the end of the movie, we watch the system finally get destroyed. In both films, the protagonist completely destroys the establishment, which means a new system must be born. I believe this mirrors exactly what we are experiencing in the real world. After the documents were released at the beginning of the year, the public saw the truth about the elite circles. People learned about the terrible things these powerful groups were doing to maintain their status, perfectly mirroring the events shown in the movie. Now we are actively seeing the final chapter of the film when the system collapses. Today, many people warn of a possible structural collapse where the old establishment is destroyed to make way for a new system run by a new elite. This is why I believe these movies both came out simultaneously. They are both broadcasting the exact same warning. For you to truly see this message, we have to dive
only if the new elite are we the fucking everyday common man and women. Fuck this shit. I'm so fucking sick of this shit.
Deeper into the hidden symbolism and They Will Kill You. There's a lot of hidden details in this movie confirming it is about the...
Don't you forget, our government and our fucking law enforcement could absolutely be doing something about this if they wanted to. But they don't want to. They're not. They're not doing anything about it. It's literally just getting worse and worse by the fucking day because our law enforcement and our government doesn't want to do anything to stop this. They don't want to do anything to protect the children. They don't want to do anything. They don't want to arrest people. They don't want to investigate people. Nothing to see here. Who's Jeffrey Epstein? Who? Huh? Are we still talking about Jeffrey Epstein?
Fall of the old system and the rise of the new one. Instantly, when Asia walks into the building, she is met by an older, wealthy elite couple. The film immediately shows how these elites still operate within the old framework. All the elites are shown to be white, while the help who work there are all minorities. They literally say in the movie that they only hire minorities. This traces back to historical elite families and the slave system that once existed in America. As you already know, many old money families can trace their wealth back to those eras. The film shows us how these cult members are a part of that old system. This becomes even clearer at the end of the movie. We find out that if the devil erases your name from the pig head, you lose the
Didn't we tell this 3 years ago that we kill people for this? Is she not listening?
Have you heard about all the scientists that are dying suspiciously or disappearing? It's happening. Fox News, let's listen.
There are now 10 American scientists who have either gone missing or died since mid-2024. They all reportedly had access to classified nuclear or aerospace material. Is anybody investigating this to see if these things are connected?
All I can say.
I like this girl. Jackie Farm.
So a lot of us have been talking about the Illuminati and the satanic Luciferian elites that rule our world. Let me ask you guys something. When you see something like the Met Gala and the outfits that these people are wearing, why are none of these outfits ever for sale? How do designers make money when their designs never actually hit places for people to purchase? Why was Jeff Bezos and his shim husband wife, like, backing and doing
This was weird. I watched this the other day. This old episode, Charlie Kirk. All right. I believe this is when they decided that he had to go.
Joining us now is Mark Halperin, editor-in-chief of Two Way and host of Next Up on the Megyn Kelly Network. Mark, great to see you. Mark, I caught your interview with Megyn Kelly, I think it was yesterday, where you were discussing the Epstein story. This is an unusual one where it seems as if it is growing in its interest and with velocity over the last couple of days. What is your analysis as a reporter of how the Trump administration has handled this? And what would you say is the political implications of this?
Well, first of all, nice to be back. And if you want to know why I'm not, as is our usual practice, wearing a ripped and wrinkled T-shirt, it's because I had your friend Michael Knowles on my podcast today. And as you know, he's an Ivy League dweeb. I knew he'd wear a sports jacket. So
that's right. He always dresses up.
That's why I'm over. Okay, so there's at least 4 reasons why you would think the president and the administration would be doing full-on disclosure. First, it's the right thing to do for the victims.
All right, get down.
Second, they promised that they would be transparent about this. 3, the MAGA movement, as best we can tell, certainly many of its leaders, like you, are for it. But certainly, at least I surveyed I asked everyone on Two Way this morning on the morning meeting. Go in the chat if you're a 3-time Trump voter, say what you think they should do, and they're very pro.
Resign.
And 4, they've handled it badly in so many ways, and just the politics of it suggests that the way to recover from such a poor handling of it would be to comply with the other 3 things. So what's on the other side? Why wouldn't they be disclosing? And the answers are not great. Either they're trying to protect people, or there's an intelligence connection that they're trying to protect, as best I can tell. I struggle, despite what I said about the two-way community, I struggle with knowing whether there's political damage here for the president in the midterms. People say, there won't be turnout in the midterms, or his approval rating will go down. MAGA is very resilient. MAGA fights with the president sometimes and then moves on. And I don't know that this is a qualitatively different case. There's a lot of emotion around this. There's a lot of resonance around it. There are a lot of leaders, including some MAGA leaders who often disagree, who seem to agree on this. There's not much support for the president's position, except for people who he hired. So I don't really know where it's going or how much damage it will do. But I do think that the two ledgers, the two sides of the ledger, seem pretty clear. And it's incumbent upon them to not put out a statement or say some things on the fly, but to have a long and detailed explanation of why they're choosing the course they're choosing, because the way they've done it so far is only arousing suspicion.
Based on your reporting, did the Trump administration think it would go away after a day or two with this kind of Sunday night leak strategy?
They did. And of course, as you know, they're leveraging the credibility of the director of the FBI and his deputy, 2 people who previously were, in the camp of saying there needs to be disclosure and concerned about a conspiracy. so I think they were trying to leverage them. Did they think it would go away? Yes. You know, part of the issue here is, while MAGA media is quite interested, the dominant media, inexplicably to me, is not interested. Even though you've got now House Democrats writing a letter to the president saying he should put all this stuff out. I don't know why the press isn't interested in the story. It's a compelling story, just as a story. The whole thing is, but including this latest episode. But also the fact that Donald Trump is split from MAGA. So there are a lot of stories about the MAGA split, but there are not a lot of stories on TV, especially where Donald Trump pays attention, even though he doesn't like the dominant media, he pays close attention. There are not a lot of stories there about the underlying question, which is, where's justice for the victims? And so part of why they didn't think they'd pay a political price, and part of why I don't think they're as concerned as they might be, is this is a big topic of discussion on Megan's show, on your show, on X, but it's not a dominant conversation, you know, in the country at large in a way that would put more pressure on them.
Yeah, I think that's partially right. I think that it's growing. At least yesterday, I started to get non-political-ish people start to reach out as it's starting to penetrate more circles. So again, I don't want to spend our entire conversation on this, but I do find it to be interesting. I would say the last point on this, and we'll go to another topic, is this is one of the few instances, and maybe you can correct me, where it seems as if the president is 180 from his base. The only one I could think of is maybe the vaccine and the years after that, when he would go to rallies and sometimes get murmurs and even boos at times. Can you think of other examples potentially where, and how do those usually rectify? They just kind of go away as they're in addressing?
Right. Well, I know you want to move on, and I've got so much to say about the thing you just asked. But okay. So first of all, he's certainly adverse with the base on amnesty, path to citizenship, path to legal status for people who came to the country illegally. So that's another one right now where he's at least flirting with doing it differently than the base. My monologue on my show today is about how Donald Trump makes decisions. And I think he's an extraordinarily underrated decision maker. And he's extraordinarily different than the other presidents I've covered in many of the ways he makes decisions. And one of those things is no decision's ever final. He'll make a decision and then he'll make a different decision. And sometimes it's 180 degrees different in response to it. I know that the people who feel passionately about this feel passionately about it. And I understand why. But I also know two other things. Number one, it doesn't affect their lives directly. You could say that it affects their trust in the president.
How does it? Oh my God. This is the fucking problem in politics. They literally don't care about anything except the way that they are perceived by the fucking masses. They don't care about anything. They don't. They just care about vote. We got to get you voting. We got to keep your votes for the midterms. We're going to lose the House and the Senate. I don't care about anything else.
Or their trust in his commitment to transparency or justice. But in the end, it doesn't affect their pocketbook directly. It doesn't affect their daily lives.
Our whole world, because they're allowing children to be fucking. Wow. I mean, I don't know even what he's talking about right now, but the way he's sounding is so fucking ignorant. It doesn't affect your pocketbook. It doesn't affect your household personally, individually. Dude, the fact that this government and our fucking law enforcement officers, and for so many years now, are allowing children to be fucking great, and fucking slaughtered, sacrificed. Like, are you fucking kidding me? That affects everybody's life. And if it doesn't, then you are fucking inhuman. You are subhuman, dude. And you don't deserve to fucking live if you don't think that affects your life.
And so I think the chances of it, so the risks of being at odds with some of MAGA are lower. Number two, whatever reason caused them to choose the course they've chosen so far must still be there. I was quite struck. I've said this several times already.
Obviously,
the way he tried to shut the reporter down.
He's covering up for himself and his PDF fucking friends. Are you kidding me? If that's not clear to these people by now, then nothing ever will be. They will never get it. That we are in a fight for the safety and security of our future, the children of this country. We are in a fight for their lives. And nobody fucking gets it. These fucking people don't get it. Nobody fucking, these people, they don't get it. I can't believe it. I literally cannot believe it. But make sure you vote in the midterms. And that bitch Candace Owens, she better not lose us the midterms. Are you fucking kidding me? They lost themselves the midterms when they degraded survivors and then fucking failed to hold anybody accountable. And every second, every day that they are allowing these people to get away with it, they're creating more monsters by the second, by the minute, by the fucking day, by the hour, like monsters. It's fucking so crazy. So crazy. Yeah, Biscuit. My little guy. Come here. Come here, baby. Oh, you bitty. Bitty, bitty man. You want to say hi? Hi. Hi, baby. He's a little bitty man. So sad. It's so fucking sad, this world that we live in. Oh, man. So fucking sad. It's such it's a tragedy. It truly is a fucking tragedy. When the biggest currency, the currency of our country and every other country is human beings. Human beings and animals. That's hard to take in and accept. It's so hard to take in and accept. I'm struggling with it. I've been struggling with it ever since I found out what really happens in this world with these elites and what they do and who's on the menu for them. I don't know. I don't know how people like, for anyone to even say like it doesn't bother you directly. Like, has it ever happened to you? Was that you? Were you one of those kids? Not one of those specific kids, no. You know what? All women in their lifetime, all women will be subjected to that kind of harassment, to sexual harassment. All women in their whole lifetimes are subjected to it. Not all men are. Some men are. And not all men are predators, but a big majority of them are. But all women, I mean, I don't think there's even 1% of women that live their whole lives and are never subjected to that kind of behavior, to that kind of fucking assault. It's just so hard to fathom that these people like literally dismiss it like it's nothing. They literally dismiss it like it's just nothing. Like, oh, your government, they're raping children, they're eating them, they're serving them for dinner to their billionaire elite friends on a fucking island where these girls and boys are stranded and they can't even leave if they wanted to. And then once they do finally report it, well, the FBI doesn't take it seriously. And the FBI degrades and downplays every single one of those girls' testimonies and backs it up and says, oh, we don't have any corroborating evidence, or we came to found that this person was mentally unstable or and addicted to drugs. Our fucking government has failed us so severely. So fucking severely. It's unbelievable. We are enslaved in a system that was created for just them. It was created for them. And they clearly don't need us anymore. They don't. They can just print money anyway. They don't really need us to steal our fucking money, to steal our taxes. They really don't need us. No, and really, that's why they're fucking getting rid of us. But one by one, it's fucking sick. It's disgusting. And I'm just wondering at what point, at what level do we get to when we fucking finally stand up and say, we've had enough. Like, we've had enough. I mean, yeah, they have all these fucking massive military machinery and weaponry that they can use against us. We don't have that kind of stuff. We don't have the laser stuff that they have. We don't have the fucking technology that they have. But they have it because of us, because it's funded by our dollars. Our tax dollars that were manipulated to believe that we have to give to them or we will be imprisoned. We'll be put in prison.
Asked you about the other day, I thought was a massive tell. It wasn't as usual, you're the fake news, you're asking questions that don't matter. Because as you point out, this does matter to a lot of people who care about him and who he cares about.
Yeah, but for Donald Trump to say this, I don't know why people are so interested in the Epstein files. There's nothing to see there. It's just all boring stuff. Literally, the guy called that shit boring stuff. Boring stuff. Like, I can't even imagine someone thinking that's boring stuff. And anybody that still fucking stands by this man, God, dude, I want to cry right now. I cannot believe what has happened. I cannot even believe what has happened over time in this country, especially the past couple of years, especially the last 8 months, especially since Charlie. unaliving has opened so many people's eyes to what's going on. And even if we do live in a matrix and it's all just a projected display just being put on stage for us to fucking perceive to be something that we live in, and it's not really that. And either way, even if people aren't waking up to that, they're waking up to what our government's doing to us, how they're hurting us, how they're killing us, how they're manipulating us, how they're brainwashing us, how they're controlling us. We're waking up to it. And I thank my Heavenly Father. I thank him so much for that. I pray to God. I pray to him every day. And I thank him for helping us to see the truth, helping to take the veil off of these evil demonic entities and show them straight in front of our faces for what they really are.
He simply sticks to whatever rationale he has for the course he's chosen, and other news occurs, which has already happened, and it never catches on with the mainstream dominant media. And if he can please MAGA some other way, I think he could stick to this. And again, I'd say, I'd like him, and I'd like the Attorney General and the FBI Director, I'd like them to explain not just the facts of what they did better, but the reason for what they did better. To say there's nothing to see here,
no,
we all know, anyone who's followed this at all knows that's not true. So I think that MAGA is very understanding when the president explains things, but he hasn't explained it.
By the time the show ends,
I really do think after this episode, Charlie drove them hard on this topic. He wasn't going to back down. He wasn't. Maybe that's the role he was given to play, and that's the script he was reading, but I don't know. Either way, he wasn't going to let it go. I think right after this is when they decided he's a problem. He's become a problem more than he is a partner in the whole fucking system. Anyways, I don't know. The more people that wake up on a daily basis, the better off we're going to be. Like I say in my last couple live streams, I say it every day, be the change you want to be for this world. Be the change you want to be for this world. You can create change. You need to want it. You need to imagine it and envision it in your head and then act upon it. Be that person. Be the change you want to see others be. Be the change you want to see for this country. Do good. Help someone if you can. If you can help someone else, if you have more than they do and you're more fortunate than they are and you can help them, then help them. Not because you have to, but because you want to. Or not even because you want to, but because you can. Just because you can. It doesn't have to be anything else than that. It doesn't have to be because they need it or because you want to help somebody or because you're just like, well, I'm going to just do something nice for someone. Because, maybe a lot of people think in their heads, like, if I just do nice things for people, then good things are going to come back to me, which ultimately is true. But don't do it because of that. Do it because you can. Do it because you can, because you're fortunate enough to have what you have, and other people aren't so fortunate. That's the way I look at it, and anytime I can help someone else, I do. I love you, my fellow humans. Even if only one person sees this, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if one view is enough for me. It's okay. I love you. Bye.